Okay, today we will be doing ACS School Junior for Primary 6 WA1 2025. So let's start with the questions. Okay, so this one you have 5 over 8 divided by half. So what you need to do is change this to multiply times half. You will change to 2 over 1. Then diagonal you can cancel to reduce simplest form. Then the top times top, bottom by the bottom. Yeah, 5 over 4. Okay, but this one none of the answer, so you will change it to mixed number, which is 1 whole 1 over 4. So the answer is number 3. Next, okay, they have you to find the value. So looking at this, it's not very clear, so I presume that it's a times plus and a divide. So which one do we do first? We will do the one in the bracket, and the times you can do because there's no interference with outside. So okay, we can have 16 times 3, that will give you 48. So this will be a plus. Then we will deal with the one inside, which will give you 51, and divide by 3. So next we will deal with the division. So 48 we will bring down first, plus. So 51 divided by 3, you have 17, and you work out the answer to give you 65, which is number 1. Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, half of P is equals to 1/5 of Q. What does it mean? Alright, half of P. So first we draw P. There's only 2 units. Half of it is equivalent to the 1 unit of Q. So the 1 unit is actually equivalent to Q, and Q has 5 units. So I'll draw another 4 more. This tells you that all the 1 unit they are the same. So they're asking you for the ratio of P is to Q. P got 2 units. Q there's 5, so the answer is 2 is to 5. Number 3. Next, question 4. Okay, Mr. Wong had 1/4 liters of paint. This one is fraction, but the fraction is related to liters, so these are not units. We are not drawing this as units. So 1/4 liter is the same as 0.25 liters. Is also equivalent to 250 ml. So it says he used 1 unit of it. There's 3 units. Okay, it refers to the paint. So that means he has 3 units. He used 1 to paint the chair. This will be the left. And for this is actually a 1/4 liters. Okay, so the question is asking you for liters. So what am I supposed to do? So let's see, we'll write that 3 unit is 1/4 liters. Okay, so we can find 1 unit. Okay, 1 unit is the amount. I need to split this into 3, which will give me 1/12. How do we get that? Okay, the working is 1/4 you divide by 3, which is the over 1. You change it to 1/4 times 1/3. Hence, okay, you have 1/12. So 1 unit is 1/12 liters. Okay, you are left with 2 units. So hence, you times 2, that will give you 2/12. If you reduce the simplest form, it's 1/6. The answer is number 1. Okay, next one. Let's go on to question 5. 91% of the participants at the carnival were children. Okay, so first, they are talking about children. So the other opposite group is the adult. So if I have 100 units, okay, 91 units are the children. The remaining 9 units are the adult. They say there were 360 men and 503 women. Women is under the adult group, which means 316 men and 503 women. They are asking you for participant, which means your 9 units, 316 plus 503, that will give you 819. So from here, your 819 you can divide by 9 to give you the 1 unit, which is 91. And the total is 100 units. So 100 units is actually 9100. Answer is number 4. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Question number 6. The ratio of Ahmad's savings to Ben's saving is 2:3. So on top, you write A is to B. And next, they're telling you Ahmad's to Chong is 3:5. A is to C. Who is the repeated one? Yes, Ahmad. So we need to make both Ahmad the same. So from this ratio, it will be times 3. So that will give you 6:9. And for this, we have 2 times 2. So Ahmad is to Chong is 6:10. So the question says they ask you for Ben is to Chong. Ben is 9, Chong is 10. So the answer is number 4. Okay, next, the last MCQ question. Okay, Mariam was given 3/8 of a cake. Okay, and Nathan was given 3/10 of the remaining cake. The important thing is the remaining. So meaning that from the first statement, first part of the question, there is actually 8 sections of the cake. Okay, Mariam was given. So this was given to Mariam. And Nathan was given the remaining 3, but the 10. Out of the 10, that means this has to be all cut into 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Of the 10, 3 were given to Nathan, and this continue to cut. This gives you a lot of insights. Okay, very important. Why? That tells you that at first the original number of cake is actually 16. Okay, and how many cakes are now taken by each of them. Okay, and they say that so let's go on to the next one. They say that the rest of the cake was shared equally between their 2 friends. So what fraction of the cake did each friend get? So first, from here, we will know that there's 7 cake, 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So each of them have half. So it's 3.5 units each. Okay, but let's see. Total there's 16. So if I write one friend is 3.5 over total of 16. Because it says of the cake, that means of the total. Bottom denominator will be for the total. But there's no such answer. We cannot have a decimal inside a fraction. So we will need to times 2, okay, to clear it off, which will give you 7/32. Hence the answer is number 3. Alright, let's go on to the next section. Okay, your section B. Okay, so a piece of cloth is 6 meters long. Kelly cut it into smaller pieces of length 1/8 meters. Same thing, this fraction there's a meter to it, so they are not units. Okay, to make rag. So how many pieces of rag did she get? So for every 1 piece, okay, she will have to use 1/8 meters. So how many pieces? Okay, will she get? Okay, from her 6 meter. Okay, so that means it's from here to here, small to big, you actually times. Okay, but you need to find out what's the number. So therefore, to reverse back, we will divide. So it's 6 divided by 1/8. So same thing, you will have a 6/1, okay, times 8/1. Okay, that will give you 48 pieces. Okay, so this is how you get your answer. So you can check. You can use 48 times 1/8. The answer will actually give you 48. Alright, so this is how you can check your answer. Okay, next, this is a very kind of common trick question they give you, because if you can't see, then you tend to have mistake. So for this, it's just a 3. You need to find what is all this ratio. Okay, so let's look at the first one. 3 times 9. So your 7 will times 9. So 7 times 9 give you 63. This one is still quite alright, will be quite easy for you. Okay, so next, find the numerical value, okay, of 7,840, okay, divide by 40. This one, okay, without calculator, hopefully you can do. If you are using calculator, your answer is 196. Okay, so as for the working, you will write this way. I think most of you might forget already, because using uses too much calculator. You can actually cancel the 0. Okay, so you use a 4. Okay, do a quick 1 for this. 8. You will use 36, which will give you a 9. A 2, you bring down a 4, and you have 24, which is a 6. Okay, this is how the working you need to remember. Okay, using your calculator, is one thing, but you will tend to forget. So try to practice as much as you can, okay? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, in a class of 40 students, 15 students take school bus to school. So what percentage? The 1% of the student take school bus to school. So it's just 15 over the total. Then they want in percentage, you times 100%. Okay, so now there's no calculators. What do? This way, cancel and cancel. All right, then you divide 2, divide 2. Okay, so what you have is 15 times 5 will give you 75 over 2. This will result in giving you 37.5%. All right, so no calculator. You need to learn to do the working. Still important. Cannot always resolve to using calculator. Okay. Next, the ratio of the length of a rectangle to its breadth is 4:3. Express the length of the rectangle as a fraction, okay, of its perimeter. Okay, so you have the length is to the breadth is 4:3. So they express the length as a fraction of the perimeter, though they want in the fraction, so length over perimeter. So first, perimeter is what? Okay, if you draw out, you have 4 unit, 4 unit, 3 unit, 3 unit. So the total perimeter is actually 8 plus 6. Okay, that will give you 8, 6 is 14, and your length is 4. So you need to reduce simplest form. Okay, if they don't state simplest form, you still need to give them in simplest form. Okay, they are just being courtesy by reminding you. So always give a fraction in simplest form. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Is if 2 over 9 of a number is 50, what is 1/5 of a number? So the number is actually 9 unit. 2 unit of it is 50. So first we need to find what is the number. So 2 unit is 50, 1 unit is 25. So from here, you will have to find 9 unit, which is the number. Okay, so 25 times 9, that will give you 225. Alright, so now we know the number. So 5 unit is the number. They ask you what is the 1 unit. So we have to redo. We cannot use back the 1 unit because the fraction has changed the statement. So 5 unit is 225. So you need to find 1 unit, which is 45. That's what they asked for. So hence your answer is 45. Next question. My son and Peter had a total of 210 stickers. My son has 6 times as many as Peter. So my son is 6 unit, Peter is 1 unit, and the total is 7 units, which is 210. This will give you 1 unit is 30. But the question asks you, how many more stickers did my son have than Peter? Their difference is 6 and 1 is 5 units. Hence, answer is 150. Okay, so your calculation must be very good, so that will eliminate your careless mistake. Okay, so next one, question 15. ABC Mega Mall had a store-wide sale of 70%. Okay, sale of 70%. So if it's 70%, they are paying 30%. Okay, store-wide sale. Okay, so Mrs. Suraj paid $570 for a laptop. So which means he's paying 30%. Okay, this 30% is 570. So I will just go by 10%, which is divided by 3. That will give me $190. But they want the usual price. The usual price is 100%, which means I times 10. That will give me $1,900. Okay, that's good. Let's go on to the next question. Right? Yeah. The table below shows the prices of 3 dishes. Uncle Roger, oh my, ordered 2 different types of rice dishes and paid a total of $13.08, including GST. So which 2 rice dishes did he order? Okay, GST is 9%. Alright, GST is 9%, which means this is 109%. Okay, because he paid. Alright, so we will start with 109% is $13.08. So what I need to do is I'll need to find 1% in order to know how much is the original price before the GST. So I'll use 13.08, okay, divided by 109. Okay, this is 9. So you have every 1% is 0.12 cents, which means I'll find 100%, which means this is $12, and he bought 2 plates. But wait, what did he say? Okay, he ordered 2 different types. So this is a keyword. You although it's $6, but you cannot have 2 duck rice, 2 plates of duck rice. No, because they want 2 different rices. So the only thing you can split is a $5 plus a $7. So therefore, it's a chicken rice and a fried rice. Okay, you need to spell out the whole word. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, next one. Ali and Ben and Carl shared 390 stamps. Each of them received another 44 stamps, and in the end, the ratio of number of stamps shared by Ali, Ben, and Carl was 2:3:4. Okay, so Ali, Ben, and Carl, let me one more total is 2:3:4 is to the total will be 789. Alright, so that's a total, but each of them received 44 means at first they have 390. Then next one is after, because it's 390 plus 44 times 3 of them, because each one have that. So 44 times 3, you have 132, plus to your 390, that will give you 522, which is the 9 units. Okay, then they are asking for cow, which is the 4 units. So now you know 9 units is 522. So what we need to do is we need to find 1 unit that will turn out to be 58. And the question is asking for cow. In the end, so these numbers, this ratio are in the end. Okay, so we don't have to add a 44 later. So cow is actually 4 units. So I have 58 times 4. That will give you 232. So that is the answer. So look out for this kind of question, because sometimes they might ask you for in the end. The other kind of question they can ask is how many stamps did cow have at first? Alright, so you need to make sure how to read the question properly and not just find a number and throw it. Make sure your answer makes sense to the question that they are asking for. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Section C. Okay, Mrs. Lee bought some muffin from a shop. The cost of each muffin is $2. Okay. Something might be missing there. Let's see. So for every 4 muffins she bought, 1 muffin was given free. For every 4, this means that this is a 4 free 1. Buy 4 free 1 kind of deal lah. Okay, so 1 muffin is $2. Okay, so Mrs. Lee paid 252 altogether. So what was the greatest number of muffin Mrs. Lee would get from the shop? Okay, so this is a grouping method. So we'll first find out buy 4 get 1 free. How much does she pay? She need to pay for $8. Okay, so that means in other words is 5 muffin, she paid $8. Alright, so 252. So if you use your calculator to check, alright, 252 divided by 8, how many sets do you get? Okay, so this kind of question, you might have 2 cases where 1 is a whole number, alright, the other case is not a nice whole number. So 252 divided by 8, let's see what we have. Oh, so it's 31.5. You cannot buy half the deal. So means that she bought 31 sets. Okay, which also means this is some leftover. Okay, that for you to go and find out. So 31 sets. So let's figure out the 31 sets. Okay, 31 sets, there's 31 times 5 muffins, and that will give you a $8 times 31 set. Okay, so with this I have 155 muffins. Okay, and the total price will be 31 times 8, that will give you $248 spent, which now I know. Okay, in blue, let's understand this. So in blue, my 252 has been split into 2 set of money. 284 is to buy the grouping deals, and the other one is the $4. With this $4, I can only buy a $2 muffin followed by another $2 muffin, which means this is only 2 muffins. So the question asks you what's the greatest? So means I can buy 2 from here and the 155 muffin. So what it will work out to be? Okay, it will be 155 plus 2. Total muffin bought is 157. This will be the greatest I can buy. Okay, if you're not sure, watch it again to slowly understand the method of doing, to understand why am I having all these 31.5 to 31 sets. 21 set and hold on. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Question 19. Okay, a figure below shows oval A overlapping oval B. The ratio of the area of oval A to the shaded area is 7:1. Read properly. Area of oval A means the total area is 7 units. 1 is the shaded. So which means if I split it correctly, 6 unit here, 1 unit here. Okay, A is 7 unit. Next, let's read. The ratio of the oval area of oval B to the shaded area is 9:2. So let's go on to green. Alright, I'll use green, which means total is B is 9 unit, but this thing is 2 unit, which also means this is 7 unit. So what should we do? The shaded area are the same, so means I have to make them same by multiplying 2. Okay, so what we know is very clear. Alright, my A, total area for A is 14 units, and the shaded for A is actually 2 unit. Non-shaded area is 12 unit. Okay, this is what I know. Next one for B, I label it out. B is 9 units. Shaded area part is 2 units, and non-shaded area is actually 7 units. So all the units here are the same. Okay, so back to red, and what did they say? They say that the area of the shaded area is 8. Okay, shaded area, 2 units is 8, so we know that 1 unit is 4. Let's see what they want. Find the area of the whole figure. So what are the important numbers? This portion, 12 is for the A, the shaded region, and just the 7. Okay, so if I mark out is this one, and this one, which means the total will be 12 plus 2 plus 7. That will give me 21 units. I need to find 21 units. So 1 unit is 4. So 21 unit will be 84 cm square. So the ratio, read properly, see what they want to tell you. Okay, let's move on to the last question. Okay, your bookshop has 654 more pencils than erasers. I might not want to draw this for now. Let's see what the next sentence says. Okay, so after 2/3 of the pencil and half of the eraser were sold. You see, so the denominator is there's 3 units of pencil and there's 2 units of eraser. So the units for the one unit, they are not the same. Okay, so let's draw my pencil first. I have 3 units, and my erasers, there's 2 units. Okay, I'm not going to say that they are the same. So what is sold, I will do it at the back. Okay, I'll cut out, this will be sold left, sold left. Alright, and they never say they are the same. Alright, and but they tell me the total is 654. It says, so the total number of pencil eraser left of 508. Total number. Oh, sorry, I read wrong. This part is 654 is just a difference. Okay, I shouldn't be writing it this way. Alright, so okay, so they should be don't know the total yet, but they also tell me that the total number of pencil and eraser left. So 1 pencil plus 1 eraser left is 508. Alright, so if I were to how to draw? Let's not make it so confusing first. Okay, so how many pencils and erasers did the bookshop have at first? They want the total. So this is the total actually they're asking for. So a bookshop has 654 more pencils than erasers. Okay, so that means they are telling us that there is more pencils than erasers. Okay, so let's see. This one got more. Okay, so if I were to draw another model just for understanding, is my pencil is longer than my eraser by 508. Okay, there will be a need for me to reshuffle for your understanding. Alright, so that you can visualize what I'm doing here. Okay, why am I writing 508? Okay, actually, so 654. Okay, so I need to reshuffle, meaning what? Cut this into 3 portion, and then this one half a portion. okay, but their units are not the same. I can reshuffle this because I want to make them the same, right? I can have 2, 2, 2. This is 3, 3. So 654 divided by 3. Each unit is 218. So I can reshuffle to drawing it this weird method 3. Okay, 2 units. This is 218. 2 unit, 218. 2 unit and 218, and these were sold. Okay, so and they are telling you that the eraser, you have 3 unit and another 3 unit, and these are sold. Okay, so this is the left, this is the left. If I reshuffle, it looks like this. All right, so and they tell me that total left is 508. So in blue, okay, this portion is 508. Okay, this will be easier for you to see. I don't do the other way. So 508 is actually my 5 units. The 5 unit plus the 218 is actually my 508. So from here I can work out my 5 units, right? So my 508 actually minus off my 218, that will give me 290. From here, 1 unit I can find, which is 58. So which I can use the 1 unit for the model here. They ask you how many pencils and eraser did the bookshop have at first. They want a total. So looking at this, I have a total on the newer model, 5, 10, 12. I need to find 12 units first, which is the all the empty units. So times 12, I'll have 696. And since there's a number 216, 218, 218, 218, which is the 654. Okay, plus my 654, they will give me the total of the erasers and pencil. So plus 654, total is 1350. Okay, sorry for the confusion in the writing, it'll be messy. So look through this video again if you're not clear, okay, then you'll know why I do so. So this model, okay, let me just do a summary on this part of the model. This model is actually just writing out what they're telling me, but I seeing another way which is harder to help you. So I form from this model, okay, then I reshuffle them downwards, okay, this one here has drawn, okay, then you can see what have I done, because this unit, okay, why I can't make into 6 units is because this is the same unit as this unit. I make them the same, and this is 654 is the extra, so I split them up, okay, and reshuffle them in this model at the bottom. Then you will be able to understand what is the question that is left over. Okay, maybe you watch this video one more time to understand how this process has worked for you. So if you're not very sure of this question again, let me know. Drop me a comment. I'll try to create some question for you and let you practice again. Okay, hope this video will help you. All right, thank you. Bye.